Son of a cow. If somebody called you a son of a cow, would you take it as a compliment or would you take it as an insult? I'd wager the latter. Yet when we look in the Talmud in Maseches Yoma, we find that there is a rabbi by the name of Rabbi Yochanan ben Torta, which means Rabbi Yochanan, the son of a cow. Now, how could a rabbi wind up with such ostensibly a very insulting name? Rabbi Yochanan, the son of a cow. Where did he get this name from? So Tosas and Maharsha, they tell us that there's actually a little history behind it. He wasn't born with this name. He didn't come out of his mother's womb and they named him Rabbi Yochanan ben Torta. That would probably be insulting, I'd imagine. But rather, there is a little bit of a history behind this name. Something that happened to him that changed his life, and that's why he was called Ben Torta. The Medrash tells us that there was once a very righteous person, that he was so careful and scrupulous about the laws of Shabbos, that even his cow, even the cow that he owned and worked all 6 days of the week, that cow also refrained from working on Shabbos by its own volition. The cow on its own decided to be a Shomer Shabbos Jew. It did not want to work on the 7th day. 6 days a week it would plow. On the 7th it would rest, all on its own. So what happened was, one day this righteous man was down on his luck, and he was running low on money. So he had to sell this cow to one of his non-Jewish neighbors. But, as you can imagine, on Sunday the cow was working, on Monday the cow was working, and finally we get to Thursday and Friday, and all of a sudden Shkia hits end. The cow says, well, it doesn't say it, but the cow stops working in the field, it goes back into the shed, and the entire duration of Shabbos, it refuses to work. And this didn't just happen 1 week, it happened the second week, the third week, and the non-Jewish buyer is starting to realize that there's something off with this cow. It's consistently not working on the 7th day. It's consistently not working on Shabbos. So he goes back to the Jew who sold it to him, and he says, this is a mekachtos. This is a sale under false pretext here. I bought this cow thinking it would work all 7 days. You sold me this defective cow. It won't work on Saturdays. I want to give you the cow back and you pay me back the money that I paid you originally. This deal is off. It's batel. But then this Jewish person, this pious Jewish person, he realizes what is amiss. So he goes over to the cow, the Medrash tells us. He says to him, he whispers in the cow's ear, Oy para kisha yisa biyadi ayisi shomer es Shabbos vashav gormeli avonosai macharti oschol ish. I wish I could still keep you, but I was down on my luck. My sins piled up and God forced me to have to sell you to make money. Please, now that you are in the house, in the home and the ownership of this gentleman here who is not commanded to keep Shabbos, please work for him on Shabbos. Do as he bids you. And so the cow listened. But then the non-Jewish person who bought the cow, he goes over to the tzaddik and he asks him, what did you whisper in the cow's ears that got the cow to work? Is this some sort of magic? What are you doing? And then finally, he pushes him enough times and the tzaddik, this Jewish person, explains to him what he whispered in the cow's ears and how this cow, up until this point, was keeping Shabbos, and now he tells the cow, you no longer have to keep the Shabbos. Nasa kavachom ratzma va'amar. This non-Jewish person who bought the cow said, Ma zo she'ein la lo das v'lo tvuna hakira espora. This cow, which is not sentient, it does not have intelligence like a human being, yet it was capable of recognizing his creator who rested on the 7th day. I, a human being who was created in God's image, and God gave me the intelligence to fully recognize and appreciate what he's done for us. Lo royly lahakir espori. How can I not, at very least, do what that cow does and recognize God as my creator as well? Miyanisgai, and because of that, he became religious. He took on Judaism. Vayori Shemayim, became a God-fearing man. V'zachal lilmod Torah, and then he began to study God's Torah. V'nikra, and then he got called by the name of none other than Rabbi Yochanan ben Torta. Rabbi Yochanan, the son of a cow. Not as an insult, but as the ultimate blessing and recognition of how this cow inadvertently, the cow wasn't trying to be a Makari of him. The cow did not proselytize. The cow didn't invite him over for a Friday night meal and say, hey, do you want to become Jewish? The cow had no interest in doing any of that. The cow's not intelligent enough to think like that. Yet, because of this cow, somehow this man was able to come under the wings of the divine and recognize that the worship of God is paramount in this world. This cow gets credited for this man's religious achievements. So it comes along where Zilberstein says, well, if that is what a cow can accomplish, imagine a human being, what a human being can accomplish by influencing others. In his words, Nu, certainly a human being who consciously, intelligently is able to bring others under the wings of the divine. How great is that reward? What's going to happen? You're going to come up to heaven, and God is going to say to you, so-and-so and so-and-so, Reuven and Shimon, these are your children. The Yama V'Yitma, you're going to say to God, these are my children? Hey, Mo Banai, who are these two people? I've never seen them my entire life. It wasn't my wife who gave birth to them. I don't know where these kids came from. I never had them. Ach yasbirulo shem krim al shmo. God's going to say, no, these people, they are considered your children, and you are considered their father. Bavorzos shegarm lehem lechasos tachas kafei hashchina, because you brought them under the wings of the divine. If someone who is influenced by a mere cow gets called a son of a cow to give credit to that cow for the accomplishment that he made, certainly, alachas kama v'kama, when it comes to a human being, if we can mentor those who are younger than us, mentor those who are in professional development, and we could help them with their careers, we could help them with certain hobbies, we could help them financially in different ways of life, and religiously, of course, as well, then they get considered theologically almost as if they are one's children. Because when we bring people under our wing, we are also bringing them under the divine wings. And by bringing them under the wings of the divine, Hashem credits us for the goodness that we bring into this world and to those who we influence, not just inadvertently, but certainly when we consciously do it as well. If this is what a cow is able to achieve, that a great rabbi in the Talmud gets called its child, certainly imagine what we could accomplish if we consciously look to help others, look to mentor others, and look to advise and help in any way we can those who are in need of our assistance. Have a great Shabbos.